Knicks Daily Edition.
Knicks Daily Edition, baby. Leon Rose may have just pulled off one of the most underrated roster masterclasses in recent Knicks history. And that's saying something given how he's already built a title contending starting five around our guy Jalen Brunson. But now, the second unit looks just as dangerous and just as tailored to support a long playoff run. With Miles McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, Yabusele, Hukporti, Rose didn't just fill gaps, he built a counter-punching army that can maintain the pressure, defend, create mismatches, and inject pace and energy what Mike Brown needs. That's what we're talking about today, here in Knicks Daily. Rose's vision is coming to fruition. We're not top heavy no more, we're too deep. Last season, the Knicks' Achilles heel was their over-reliance on Jalen Brunson and the starters. Injuries exposed the limits of our bench. And while McBride and Shamet and company played admirably, there was no real secondary engine to stabilize or elevate us when the stars sat. So this offseason, Rose attacked the weaknesses head on. Clarkson, a proven microwave scorer, was the big swing. The fearless sixth man who can drop 20 on a cold night and generate offense when nothing's flowing. Then we already have our guy Miles McBride, fresh off of a breakout showing in the playoffs, was given the reins as a true backup point guard and a point of attack defensive demon. And in the return back to the second unit, Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the emotional leader. Josh Hart is a Swiss Army knife, already a fan favorite. He now slides into his natural position, bench role where he can thrive with less pressure and more freedom. Then the newcomer, Yabu, a strong mobile stretch forward with Euro League experience and a bulldog mentality. He brings the physicality the Knicks love without clogging the paint. And then our guy, Huckamania Hukporti, 7 foot, 250-pound German-Nigerian center, defensive rim protector, rebounder in the mold of Mitchell Robinson, ideal to hold the line when Mitch rests. It's not just about talent. This second unit has fit, identity, and going to have chemistry that mirrors the starting five in intensity, toughness, and defensive versatility, while bringing unique flavors. What I love about it is how the practices are going to be. One of the most underrated aspects of this deep second unit is what it means for internal competition. Used to hear it all the time in the 90s, that they sharpen iron sharpens iron. So you're going to have McBride versus Brunson, offense versus defense. Brunson, turning McBride into a more confident player. Clarkson going at it with McCall Bridges and OG. Forces the elite wings that we have to stay locked in, while Clarkson sharpens his handle and his shot with elite pressure facing him. Then you have Hart, who is the wild card. He knows the starter's tendencies better than anyone. And that brings that inside-out energy to scrimmages, making practice feel like the playoffs. So we're going to see it on the court. Yabu versus Karl Anthony Towns. It gives Towns a strong body to work through every day, helping him prep for the physical playoff matchups he's going to face in the East and beyond. And then we got our guys at the five, Hukporti battling Mitchell Robinson. It's a battle of giants, brutal, bruising. Exactly the kind of challenge that makes both players more disciplined with their fouls, with their footwork, and their defensive instincts. These are not just bench warmers, they're sparring partners in the heavyweight gym. And that kind of daily pressure builds postseason composure. I used to love that about the 90s Knicks and Raleigh. They used to beat each other up in practice. So with our second unit, let's look at them. We got our defensive bulldog in Miles McBride. Ball pressure, lateral quickness, improved shooting, that bulldog mentality. He's the kind of backup point guard who doesn't need the ball to impact the game. He hounds opposing guards. He picks up full court, and now he hits the three at a decent clip. He's earned Tom Thibodeau's trust, and that's no small feat, but now he's Mike Brown's weapon. Then we bring in Jordan Clarkson, the certified bucket. scoring, shot creation, off the dribble threes, late clock heroics. Clarkson is a weapon. With Brunson resting, Clarkson can run the offense or go ISO. His green light gives the bench life, especially when the offense stalls. He also draws fouls and gives the Knicks a second scorer who can match another team's hot hand. Then we bring out Josh Hart on that second unit. He's the heartbeat already. Rebounding, hustle, connective plays, perimeter defense. Hart moves to the bench where he belongs, not because he's not a starter or he's not starter quality, but because he elevates the second unit. You know, offensive rebound and crunch time, he got it. He's there. Need a charge? Done. He will be the soul of this unit. And then I love that new injection of energy. We got Yabu coming in, who's an underrated enforcer. He brings physicality, floor spacing. He's a sneaky good three-point shooter and switchability. Yabu gives the Knicks something they've lacked. A true four off the bench who can both bang inside and step outside. His European seasoning gives him poise. And he kind of brings that Julius Randle-ish skill set, but in a toned down team first way. No tea, no shade, Jules. The size, the shot blocking, the rebounding, pick and roll defense, that's Huck Porty. Huck Porty doesn't need plays called for him. He sets hard screens, boxes out, swats shots, keep the defense high. He's Robinson's assurance. He has a long runway to develop, yes. But man, he just a perfect backup big. Just a perfect backup big. This unit gives Mike Brown's rotation flexibility. If he wants to go small and fast, slide Hart to the four. Bring in Bridges or Anunoby with the second unit for chaos. Do you need scoring punch? Pair Clarkson with Brunson in a staggered lineup. Oh, you wanna look at that? You want defensive clamps? Run McBride, Hart, Anunoby, Bridges, and Robinson for a straight jacket lineup. You want size and rebounding? Play Yabu and Huck Porty together and dare teams to try to crash the paint. More importantly, it gives rest to the stars. Brunson, Towns, and Anunoby don't need to play 42 minutes now. And when they sit, the game doesn't slip away. This isn't just a second unit. It's a championship core. Championship teams aren't built on stars alone. They're built on depth, continuity, and chemistry. The second unit isn't just insurance, it's part of the plan. Clarkson gives New York another player who can win a game on his own. McBride gives the Knicks a taste of the next generation. Mini Brunson with elite defense, I said it. I might be going to go too far, but I don't care. Hart continues to be the emotional compass and glue guy. Yabusele now coming in, Huck Porty now stepping up, brings size, strength, and fresh energy that feels like an injection of adrenaline. And when they go at Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Towns, and Robinson every day in practice, that's how you build a team ready to go 7 games with a Boston, a Milwaukee, or a Denver. So I'm hyped about what we did with our bench this season. Leon Rose didn't just fill a bench, he continued to build a brotherhood. This isn't just about minutes, it's about mission. Every player on this second unit knows who they are, why they're here, and what's at stake. Leon Rose turned a top-heavy contender into a 2-platoon powerhouse. And for the first time in decades, Knicks fans can say it with their full chest.
There is no drop-off when you face us.
Not when Brunson sits, not when Robinson rests, not when the game gets ugly. This bench can close games. This bench can win playoff moments. This bench makes the Knicks more than contenders. They make them complete. They make them a terror. This is the Terror Squad. So get ready. The corner's about to get loud for all 48 minutes. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life. that applies to our team. If there is no struggle, there's no progress. But also remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here at Red Knicks Deli, everybody eats. I'm your boy Shia, and I'm out.
Knicks Deli Edition.